For years I kept a notebook full of pictures of the things I love. Torn out pages, scraps of paper, wrought iron dates.
I wanted to show you my November journal, and I cannot believe that it's November 9th already. The month is flying just like the rest of the year has flown by. I am busy in the workshop, cleaning up, redoing some things so that I can bring you more content. You're probably tired of hearing that, but I promise I'm working on something special. Anyway, this is my November journal, and it's very simple. It's one of my go-to structures for junk journals. I've got this pretty little metal bird on the back underneath birdsong here. This is just a stamped image on fabric, and I just used this really pale pink tattered rose. It's Distress Oxide by Ranger, Tim Holtz. And then, oh, here it is. So the stamp that I used is one that I just found at the scrap exchange and purchased. It looks like a stamp block, and somebody carved this really pretty moth or butterfly. It looks like a moth to me. So let's just look inside the journal. There's a charm on the front. There's a fossil key on the outside, probably from a handbag or something. An old rusty screw that I've just tied to the string, and then a pretty heart charm. I have been journaling. Oh, and you can see this really pretty trim on the outside. I love that. That's on the inside front and the inside back. When I said outside, of course I meant the outside edge of the pages. I have been journaling, and as is my style, I like to put in things that I find. I've got receipts tucked into the back pocket behind this little card. Jay, there is the Florida key ring that you sent to me. I do personal journaling. There's a little note taped in here that came from Carolyn. I can journal under that if I want to put something very private. This is just a little felted piece of fabric that I purchased from the scrap exchange. It's got an A on it. I'm not sure who did this, but it's really pretty. I love hearts. I just love that. And then this is from a greeting card. Of course, it had the white background behind this so that you could read it, or blue or yellow, whatever color it was. It's kind of long. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's talking about as we slowly become the masterpiece we were designed to be. So it's got a lot of thoughts in it about just persevering and being yourself. This is not taped. It's inside of a little clear pocket, and it's a 4-leaf clover that I found in an old book. In fact, the book was full of flowers, and I've got those in a pocket as well. I have quite a few more that my daughter and I are going to turn into little decorative like junk journal embellishments. An old book page, and then part of a napkin decoupaged on top, and more just personal journaling. That's where I voted last night after work. This is a stamped image with it had a lot of water in it, you can tell, and that's on notebook paper, and it's underneath just a clear pocket. I do have some little tuck spots for journaling, whether it's cards that have been paper clipped, or like this little envelope with the gnome and the mushroom. I love that. And then I had a large poster, like 16 by 20, with this beautiful drawing of the Beatles. I need to put the artist's name in here. It's just a classic drawing. And it had the poster, or the print itself, had a crease in it. If you look close, you can see where it comes down through the top of one of their heads. I can't remember who it is. It doesn't show up as much in here, but when it was matted, it started from the top and came down, and it really just wasn't suitable for hanging. But I didn't want to lose these. I have a special connection to the Beatles music and my dad, and I thought, I'm not just recycling this or donating it or whatever. I'm going to cut them all out, and I will come back and write an entry. There's just a little pocket. It's glued in. The fabric is sewn to a piece of paper, and here's some ribbon that says Journey. I did go through and put some things on some of the pages. I used up some stickers that I'd been wanting to use. Create Your Own Happiness, and there's a really old little cutout from a scrapbook that was falling apart. I still have some of the pages whole, but not all of them. It was truly crumbling. And that's where I bought my sunscreen. That's going to be a nice pocket for some things. And then here are some images from the workshop over time. It keeps getting changed. It evolves. I accidentally got green paint on that one. I do plan to write an entry about what I'm doing in the workshop. Another clear pocket if I need it. This is just a playing card. I really like the thought here. Very beautiful young model for this card, even though it's sort of a cartoony thing. But I put it in this clear, like this glassine envelope, because beauty is fading and it's not something that lasts. I mean, people try to hang on to it, including myself. I'm not, well, I don't mean that I'm beautiful. Youth is maybe more what I'm talking about. You know, we try to hang on to youth, but some people go to more extremes. Anyway, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I did just put it in that envelope to remind myself that there are other things to focus on. These are some Muscovy duck feathers that Jay sent to me, and I just took some page protectors and cut them down to fit so that they would slide over the page. And of course that hides this as well. I could cut this if I wanted to, you know, free up that pocket there, or I could just keep it hidden. There's a couple of really sweet little things in here. There's an old ice cream container cover. I remember those from elementary school. And then just a little pretty journaling card. Jay, you might have sent me that, the little journaling card. So let's put these back in here. I've got to leave in a few minutes for work. I do feel bad that I've been absent again so much, but I have been doing something very time consuming. I'm totally reorganizing the workshop. It had once again reached critical mass, and I am making room for Michaela to be able to have a desk to come in here and work with me. I love this little card, and I'm trying to remember which one of you sent this to me. If you know it's you, and I think I know who it is, but I've gotten happy mail from like 5 different people over the last 6 months. And again, once I bring it in and I start sorting things, like I have this whole drawer full of cards that stand up. I should label everything, but then that would take so long. I feel like then I never really would be back because I'd be so busy, even more super organizing things. Pretty little butterfly. Anyway, thank you for the happy mail is what I'm trying to say. I love it. And then back here, I kind of messed myself up. I had 2 really cool pockets. This can still be a cool pocket because it's divided, and I could put a couple of pens in here. Oh, that's interesting. I forgot I had those. It's half highlighter and half marker. But it does make for a really nice place to keep pens. But I wanted it to be a bigger pocket, and then I sewed this on the back, and when I turned it over, I thought, oh yeah, you sewed right through that pocket. But here's just a few things, little cards. I love this image of the pepper grass, and I did write down that the illustration is by Diane Mahaney. Pepper grass that used to grow in my yard when I was a little girl, and it is peppery. You can break off those little green, like little pods, and they're kind of flat. They're really flat, and you can bite into them and they taste peppery. So I remember that from growing up. And just receipts and other journaling cards. I'm really enjoying this journal. I came out here this morning to do a quick video and to grab my journal so that I can put it in my bag and take it to work with me. I glued this last night to a sheet of paper rather than gluing it right into the journal because I was working on other things. This is one of the Chinese paper cuts. I still have quite a few of these. And they're just so beautiful. I like to just glue them onto journal pages. They can fade a little bit or bleed with the type of glue that you use. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I just want to get things used up and organized out here. So that's where I am right now with the journal. I am working in the workshop. I don't know. You might be able to see this. Can you see it? Now you can see it. This bulb up here. Let me spin around and show you that I have more. There's one there. There's one up there. That's to give me some better lighting out here. I really needed it, and I needed the lamps to go away so I could make room. So I ordered those from Amazon. I really like them. I'll put a link in the description to, where you can look at those if you need lighting. One of the things I love about these is that the cords are really long, so it was easy to hang them and then plug them in. Okay, well, I'm off to work, to the job that I love so much. It does keep me away from the house a lot, but I do love it, and it ties in perfectly with what I do for a hobby and a side business, which is junk journaling, paper crafting, art journaling. So please stay tuned. Thank you to new subscribers. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just having a hard time getting fully plugged in because my to-do list for the workshop was huge. Have had a lot going on as always. I've spent a lot of time with Michaela, and maybe she and I can address that at some point. We've talked about it a lot. Anyway, bye for now.